Is our capacity for empathy so finite? Are our hearts so small that if we increase our empathy for certain people, we need to reduce it for others until one day we conclude that other side is not deserving of any compassion, any regard? This zero-sum empathy calculus has encouraged us to diminish and demonize each other. And not just in Israel's war, but in ideological battles being fought in our nation every day. I'm terrified, not only by the chilling rise in anti-Semitism, frequent mass shootings, and the contagion of political violence, but also by people's responses. Over and over, I see a shocking lack of decency or compassion, even for murder victims. People feel emboldened to say they deserved it. It's a cottage industry of schadenfreude, vengeance, even glee. Not only do people act as though their empathy is finite, some people want us to believe that empathy is actually dangerous. Once upon a time, empathy seemed as unobjectionable and wholesome as motherhood and apple pie. Who could be against it? But in the last few years, an unlikely coalition of politicians, professors, even pastors have used it as a political weapon, called it toxic, and are waging a war on empathy. A Christian theologian published a book this year entitled The Sin of Empathy. Empathy, he argues, demands we inhabit the feelings of another person, which doesn't help the sufferer. He offers a simple analogy. If someone is drowning in the river, empathy asks us to jump in alongside him, putting us both at risk. Whereas sympathy says, I'll keep my distance, stay on firm ground, and throw you a life preserver. His analogy might sound reasonable on the surface, but in practice, it has been wielded by many to dismiss the cries of victims and to excuse indifference and cruelty. It's also used to justify some strange policies. For example, the pastor claims that women's natural tendency to excessive empathy is why they shouldn't be permitted to be ordained. I confess, despite being a woman, I don't have much empathy for that argument. But there are powerful people speaking out against empathy. This past winter, while leading an effort to eliminate much of our nation's foreign aid, Elon Musk declared that empathy is the fundamental weakness of Western civilization, and that empathy was enabling, quote, civilizational suicide. Judaism says otherwise. Our tradition reveals that the real danger we face is not that we have too much empathy. It's that we might not have enough. Our compassion, like God's, should be without limit, and we must extend it beyond our side to encompass care for the other. The challenge of empathy is starkly illustrated in the Torah narrative we are instructed to read tomorrow on Rosh Hashanah morning, the story of Hagar and Ishmael. What happens when we stop caring? And I don't mean what happens to society or the world. I mean what happens to our souls.